Hi everyone, here is my presentation of Folio 2 for the iOL, the second iterative progression. Here is the project direction that I already explained in Folio 1. It includes the conceptual background, what is the practices need to focus on, and some information of my studio project. And also I already show the relationship of iOL project and studio outcome in Folio 1. Metamorphosis still is the main theme of my studio project, and I will increase my animation through the iOL practice. The related work that improved me still same with the Folio 1. iQOO is a great example of camera movement and shape metamorphosis, which created by Masanobu Hirooka. The First Thunder by Anastasia Milikova. An afternoon class created by Ciro also give me lots of idea of my project. In week 6, I choose option B to do my practice. The problem I have encountered in my project is that the motion of element in animation is not interesting and abundant enough. And the assumptions I did are, I can think about more way of motion, I can add background music to increase interest of animation, I can make more complex action, I can add texture for elements of film, and I can use Changelis rhythm to make sure the timing of motion. To subverting the assumptions, I decided to create timing depends on the rhythm of music. In week 7, I aim to do a short character metamorphosis animation for my Studio 3. First I created an animation of dinosaur, and then I created an animation of bird. Then I created a metamorphosis animation from a dinosaur to a bird to link them up. The main theme of my Studio 3 is metamorphosis. The practice of this week is really useful for my studio project. The details of this part animation may need more, like I can show the weight of character by animation. In week 8, I focus on the color use of my studio animation. The color of background is a little bit simple now, where realistic world do not have obvious difference with dream world. So I decide to use normal and warm color for realistic world, use fantasy color for dream world. It is a useful way cause the whole film has obvious different feeling between realistic world and dream world. And for week 9, this week I working in the timing of my studio project. In first scene, there is a good metamorphosis of orange shape, but the interesting of this part is a little bit weak. If there got pause in some frames therein, it will be more attractive than normal timing. Obviously, some pause in frames can make the element in an animation got the feeling of texture. In scene 3, I add a pause in the frame that the dinosaur realized it has no land under its feet. For this practice, the stillness and pause can explain the emotion of character. In week 10, I focus on the last transition part of my studio animation. The story of this part is that character want to get the fish, but it don't know there is a window between it and fish. So it hit the window before getting the fish, and then the cat is waking up. This part is not shocking enough, though I decide to change the timing. Zoom in the camera a little bit, and add sound effect to make the scene more shocking for audience. The reflection of Folio 2 is that for the practice experience through this 12 weeks of iOL, I really got a lot of ideas for my studio project, and increased my film more and more better. From week 1 to week 12, I have practice for using loop animation to create whole animation part, using timing to explain different meaning, using music to increase the attractive of animation, subverting the assumptions to find the new way to development works. I have used loop animation in lots of part in my animation, and find the better timing to explain the story. Through the course of iOL, I have think more of my studio project. The practices point out something that can be better in my project is really helpful. Let's see what I got finally.